Hey guys, today for First Chapter Friday we're going to read The Bridge Home by Padma Venkatraman. It's a really great book about two Indian sisters that have run away from home and they're kind of adventures. So it takes place in India, which is really cool. One cool thing about this book is that there's a glossary because there's a lot of words that are Indian, so we're not as used to those words, so some of them we don't know. So two words that you're going to hear today are ama and apa. Ama means mother and apa means father. Chapter 1 is really short, so I'm going to try to read chapter 1 and 2. All right, chapter 1, togetherness. Talking to you was always easy, Ruku, but writing's hard. Write her a letter, Cecilia Auntie said, laying a sheet of paper on the desk. Paper remade from wilted, dirty, hopeless litter that has been rescued, scrubbed clean, and reshaped. Even the pencil she gave me was made of scraps. You really like saving things, don't you? I said. Crinkly lines softened her stern face. I don't like giving up, she said. She rested her dark hand warm and heavy on my shoulder. Why should I write? I said. It's not like you have her address. I believe your words will reach her, Cecilia Auntie said. We're opposites, I said. You believe in everything and everybody. You're full of faith. Yes, she said, but you're full too. You're full of feelings you won't share and thoughts you won't voice. She's right about that. I don't talk to anyone here any more than I have to. The only person I want to talk to is you, Ruku. Maybe writing to you is the next best thing. If you could read my words, what would you want me to tell you? I suppose you'd like to hear the fairy tale you'd made me tell you every night we huddled together on the ruined bridge. The story that began with once upon a time, two sisters ruled a magical land, and ended with Viji and Ruku always together. That story was made up, of course. Not that you'd care whether it was true or not. For you, things were real that the rest of us couldn't see or hear. When I finished the story, you'd say, Viji and Ruku together? Always, I said, confident. Our togetherness was one of the few things I had faith in. Chapter 2, Rotten Fruit. You always felt like a younger sister, Ruku. You looked younger too, with your wide eyes and snub nose. You spoke haltingly and you hunched your shoulders, which made you seem smaller than me, though you were born a year before, born when our father was a nice man. I suppose because Ama said he was before. Imagining a pa before took a lot of imagining. I was a good imaginer, but even so, I couldn't imagine him all the way nice. The best I could do was think of him as a not yet all the way rotten fruit, a plump yellow mango with a few ugly bruises. I could imagine our mother picking him out the way she'd pick out from the grocer's stall, choosing the overripe fruit he was happy to give her for free. I could see Ama looking a pa over, hoping that if certain foul bits could be cut away, then sweetness, pure sweetness, would be left. Because Ama did choose him, their marriage wasn't arranged. However, he charmed her away from her family, with whom she lost all touch. They were ashamed, she told me, ashamed and angry with her for eloping with someone who was in an even lower caste than the one she'd been born into. It was all she ever said about her family, not their names or where they lived or how many brothers or sisters she had, only that they wanted nothing to do with us, and Apa's family, if he had one, didn't seem to know we existed either. Sometimes I wonder if they might have helped us if they'd known, but maybe they'd have nothing. They've done nothing or acted like our neighbors and schoolmates who did worse than nothing, who sniggered or made rude comments when we walked by, comments about that upset you so much you stooped even lower than usual, so low it looked like you wanted to hide your head inside your chest. On my 11th birthday, when we came home from school, I was surprised to see saucepans full of food simmering on the stove. Ama, you cooked! I loved evenings when Ama felt strong enough to prepare dinner for us, instead of the other way around. You even made pasam. I inhaled the sweet scent of rice milk that wafted through our apartment. Not just that, Amma dug out of her small money pouch from a hiding place underneath the rice sack. Here's 200 rupees for you to buy something for yourself. 200 rupees? It was so astonishing that I almost dropped the pouch before securing it to my ankle-length skirt. I've been saving a little of what Appa gives me for food and rent. I wanted to buy something, but I was too tired to go shopping for a gift, and I wasn't sure what you'd like. This is the best gift, Amma. Thanks. Sweet, you said? Sweets for Ruku? Proper food first, Amma said, for both of you. Amma heaped rice onto our plates and ladled some hot, spicy rasam over the top. She started eating, but you had just stared at your food, your hands crossed over your chest. Come on, Ruku. I tried to feed you a spoonful of rice and rasam. No, you yelled. Sweet, sweet. Don't get angry, Ruku, please. Eat and I'll tell you a story tonight. Story? You calm down? Amma looked at me gratefully. We'd just finished our dinner when we heard Appa's heavy footsteps. The sound of him staggering up the stairs to our apartment told us that all we needed to know. Get to your room, quick, Amma said. Sweet, you moaned, but your hand met mine and we crept into our bedroom. Into the darkness, we huddled together, unable to block out the sound of Appa yelling at Amma. We rocked back and forth, taking comfort in each other's warmth. Appa broke Amma's arm that night before storming out of the house. I need to see a doctor, Amma came and told us. Her voice was tight with pain. Stay with Ruku. If they see her, she didn't finish the sentence. She didn't need to. She told me 1,000,000 times how scared she was that if you set foot in a hospital, the doctors might lock you away in a mental institution. You curled up on our mattress with your wooden doll, Marapachi. I soothed your brow. The patch of moonlight that slipped past the rusty iron bars of our window fell on the book that our teacher, Pavrati, had given me before she moved away. No other teacher had ever been so nice, even though I was often at the top of the class. I opened the book in a shaking voice. I read you the tale about a poor, low-caste girl who refused to accept the life others thought she should lead. You think we could change our lives like the little girl did? I asked. And Pavrathi teacher and Subbu, or at least his family. They all left for a better life in a big city. Subbu had been the only friend we'd had in school. His long face and thin frame had made him look as weak as a blade of grass, but he'd always told off the other children who teased him. I miss him, Ruku. Think he ever misses us? You answer me with a snore. I was glad you'd fallen asleep, but I stayed awake, worrying and hoping. I hoped Amma would finally tell someone about how she had been hurt and that she'd swoop down and rescue us. But I should have known she'd never tell. And that is the end of chapter 2. So that was Bridge Home. I hope you guys liked it. Have a good day.